My friends, hello and welcome to GoldenEye SpeedLore, the fourth and final installment of the mini-series where I rewatch my personal records and provide commentary and insight through my time playing GoldenEye 007. Tonight I've dug up some real rare beauties for you all, some control runs that you probably have never seen before, some very ancient stuff from Egypt sessions back in 2013, and lots of good times to be had. And of course, earlier we've done parts 1, 2, and 3, the first 15 levels, and so tonight we have control through Egypt, and a lot of cool and fun runs to show. I've been, talking about doing DLTK lore as well for, several months now, and that will indeed happen. I've actually kind of posted in the thread, we've started to dig up a lot of good history on DLTK. So hopefully, within the next couple weeks, actually, I'll have more on that. We might be able to get to the first DLTK episode in a couple weeks' time, and I certainly look forward to that. But tonight, we are reflecting on my own personal records from back in the day, certainly. And actually, you know what? The records here extend from, I think, 2013-ish. We'll see some records from like 2005, 2006, all the way to 2021 as the most recent records that we'll watch tonight. So that's going to be very epic. And let's get into it. The first record we're going to watch tonight is this Control Agent 357. Uploaded on March 16th, 2014, which I believe is when I achieved it. And unfortunately I have to play it pretty low because in the background I'm actually listening to, it was a strange time in the Elite for sure. Control 357 was like a really, I guess I wasn't happy about how fast the first room was. I was kind of wanted a faster first room. But obviously, as we'll find out, this was decent enough. Am I playing 1. I think I was playing 1.2 here still. I think I mostly want to play 1.1, but on this level I was like, you know what, 1.2 is doable. And so I was playing 1.2, which was uncommon for me on levels with lots of doors and stuff, but there is actually not too many doors here, right? It's like that door and this door. That was very clean as well. And bopping here. I'm coming, James. I think I'm going to use the strategy, and I don't think we do this anymore, where you throw a mine through the wall. I'll talk more about the background of this run in the Protector. Yeah, so you do this before Nat even starts. And you can complete all the mainframes from here, and then you just do the Protect for 2.5 minutes, and that's pretty cool. And yeah, so Control 356 was interesting because Clem had achieved it, but it was at a point when we had decided that webcam stuff was not acceptable proof, and he had got it on webcam, so it was sort of the record, sort of not. I got this the same day Ace got 356. So this 357 was basically sort of not the world record when I got it, because Clemma got 356 a week earlier, although it had been backrolled. And then, even so, I only had this as the world record for a few hours before Ace got 356. And it was kind of funny and epic because 357 had been really one of the most quested after records ever by Ace, Clem, and Mark Rutsu. Mark put in several hundred hours in 2012-13 for it on stream. The only recording is gonna be this fucking thing. This is so insane. It's actually kind of funny because I get the what do you call it? Disc full recording. That's what I'm talking about right here. Fuck, my DVD stopped recording. This is insane. My DVD stopped recording. And so only the stream highlight. The only recording, if this is 357, the only recording is gonna be this fucking thing. This is so insane. And it's kind of funny because we might get a run.
I have to like wait because otherwise the DVD is going to like it pops up. It says like writing to disk right now. Once it gets to 100, it like pops over the game.
Oh, this is actually interesting.
This is pretty insane, dude.
Because, okay,
here we go.
So what is interesting there is, like, normally, and we might see this later, the writing to disk comes up and you would see it through the capture card, because I have it set up, like, between the DVD recorder goes before the capture card today. That's how I have it set up. But back then I didn't. I was playing and it was actually kind of giving myself a frame or two of lag, which was a really bad idea on my TV, right? Because I was having the DVD recorder before my TV. So in this case, the recording of capture is clean. You can hear everything, you can see everything, nothing pops up on screen. It's a fine recording that I have here. But visually on my TV, I would have had the DVD recording pop up and block my screen, and that's why I had to pause. And I had to pause very close to Natalia because at this point, one of the things that led to the world record becoming 356 and led to me and others getting 357 was the technique where you back up Natalia so she can like escape half a second earlier. And if I was looking away from her when I paused, she would have warped back to the desk. And so it's actually like a pretty, aware, high level of awareness to see what was going on. My DVD's full. Okay, I have to pause to prevent the thing from popping up over my TV. I have to pause close to Natalia so she doesn't, like, warp back to the table. And you can see she's getting backed up pretty far. And yeah, this would facilitate the escape. It made the escape way more consistent because you could leave at the exact same time, you could make sure guards are not in the way, and for whatever reason, the fastest Natalia can escape from here to the end is like 17 seconds from when her message disappears. And so, old school ways, we couldn't do it. It was uncommon.
No, watch doesn't lose any time here.
Someone in chat's asking if pausing loses time. Wow, it's insane. Tide King in chat, the legend himself. So right here, this made it perfectly consistent.
Shit.
She almost always completes.
Okay, low 38.
Yep.
So we're gonna go.
We can see that the message disappears at 73 hours and 6 minutes and 38 seconds. There, it was actually high 37.
Okay, low 38. So we're gonna go like a close to. We're gonna go mid 54.
Wow, so it was like 16 and a half. So you could save it with half a second now, and it was very consistent to get Natalia to complete that way. So mid 54, we're in.
It completed!
It completed. That's insane, DSX, that you saw this live. This was March 15, 2014.
Oh my fucking god! Are you fucking kidding me? Are you literally... That was the fucking run.
It was the run, baby. It was the run. And what's funny about that run is, like, you can see the timer on screen. I played 73 hours for this time. And this reflects, you know, Ace and Mark and Clem playing hundreds of hours for 356. I think the main reason that you play so many hours for control PBs is because it's a longer level. And so, one good attempt takes 4 minutes instead of 30 seconds. And so, naturally, it's going to take you 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times as long to get a good personal record on control as it will in these other stages, you know? So, yeah, there was a really good time. I somehow still haven't managed to acknowledge that the song playing in the background was Circle of Life from Lion King. I think Luke had been talking about Lion King a lot back then. You know, it's a very spiritual thing. And, Luke is renowned for getting into deep discussions over art, albums, music, movies, etc. And so at the time it was Lion King was the big one. And so it was a little bit of a meme. It was the zeitgeist in the community. So I was listening to Circle of Life while this run went on, and it's just absolute chaos. I mean, so much chaos in that run. I'd played 73 hours. Clem had 356 back rolled, so this was sort of the world record. I think it might acknowledge it on the rankings. Let me see here. I'm checking the world record database to see if it acknowledges my control. No, okay, 358. You know what? 358 might have been the time that it was world record. Ace may have got the 356 a little bit before I got the 357. I think 358 is the record I had for only an hour or two. So yeah, crazy and silly stuff, and a great time. Honestly, it's a great time, and if we look at the rankings today, 357 still holds up quite well all this time later. You know, the world record's now 355 by Ace, which is insane. And I mean, now today, look, I mean, 357's 92 points. That's pretty good. And yet you can see what's really insane is, like, look at these 357s, right? Jimmy Bauer got it March 4, 2014. You know, I got it March 16. And we can see my comment references the Circle of Life there. So, like, everyone was piling in March 2014 to get the 357. And that includes, like, see, look, Clem, March 7, 2014, and you know, his back rolled 356. We would have gone over that in the control speed lore. Ace 357, March 2nd, 2014. So yeah, it was like finally the key to 357 after, you know, Mark and Ace and Clem had spent hundreds of hours playing for it, was this throw, which allowed us to complete all the mainframes before the protect, and then we could back up Natalia and get a consistent escape in 16.5 seconds, which facilitated us getting you know, much better, you know, when you can get a luck factor to consistently escape, that helps out immensely. And so that was the key. Then you could really push runs. Your fastest runs would complete instead of having, you know, a massive luck factor halfway through if Natalia was going to escape or not. So really, I'm still happy with that run. I mean, 92 points. If all of my records held up that well, I'd be pretty pumped. But unfortunately, a lot of them did not. Like these next few. Let's watch this Control SA 410. So this was done around the same time, and like, honestly, I have little to no memory of this 410 or my 00 time. I would have played for them around the same time because, you know, the strategy of consistent Natalia would have come out, and so, okay, I can play this and get a reasonable score. But I wasn't thrilled playing it. I was definitely playing 1.1 control style here still, because the drone shots were just too much for me with 1.2 at this point. I wasn't well versed enough in 1.2 to perform those. And so this, you can see that slow look up. That's so 1.1. And now this is going to be a 410. And I did actually skip from 414, which is a nice cut. I'm going to check in a second to see how many points it was worth when I got it. So you put the 2 there. You take a lot of damage, but on Secret Agent you can survive this. You can see I turned off cruise control right there. I know Luke always loses his mind when he sees those little things. Oh wow, that was a strange decision, but I think I felt like I had to do it there. I mean, it obviously worked out in the end. There was a guard that I felt like I didn't want to switch back to the D5K because you have to kind of do this quickly. You see when Natalia says the Golden Knights at the fire in London, if you're outside of the main control area, you lose time. Yeah, it's weird, Mystic. It's true and it's strange. So the two mine strat, if you watch the world records and the faster runs, they'll only use 1 mine there, and they'll help get boosted through, I think, most of the time. But I use the 2 mine strat. You know, maybe it's a second slower, but it's still faster than going around. I gotta imagine on Double O I went the long way around. I have to imagine. I mean, I was getting body armor still on Double OA. This was, and so here's the crazy thing. You know, this time we're gonna see 410. It's worth 70 points now, but when I got it, it was worth 94. And so it was like a very decent, acceptable time when I got it, right? 94, that's 5th place, or 4th place. 5th place? 4th. So, like, I'm gonna assume, you know, it was really only Clem Ace and maybe Mark who had better. Maybe Boss? But maybe not even Boss. You know, Boss maybe hadn't gotten around to improving his times yet. And so, you know, 94, it's completely understandable why I would have stopped at 94 points. You know, for a top 5 player, top 7 player, that was very reasonable. But it's just one of those times that's just bled uncontrollably, and I've never gotten around to updating it. I mean, it's kind of amazing when you look at this to see, you know, what I was able to do with Control Style 1.1. Getting a 94 pointer in 2014. Again, oh my god, I forgot that happened. The guard threw a grenade, easily could have passed away Natalia, almost did. That's actually quite remarkable there. I'm very shocked. I'm very shocked to see that. That was... And so I didn't back up Natalia at all here. So I don't get the insane backing her up strategy, but I do get a consistent probably 17-second ending here. Because same thing, I wait here till she goes up the stairs, and then we wait 17 seconds. Close to passing away. I think I could have taken that one more hit. But you get the body armor, now I'm golden, and I'm pretty much gonna run right in, almost. If you get the body armor, you pretty much, no, okay, a couple seconds here, but it would have been a 17 end. It completed in the fade out, you time that to hope she completes as it's fading out. And with this technique, usually she does. And that's my Control SA 410. Man, good run, and yeah, I doubt I've ever shown that on stream before, so that's a pretty cool one. And that was done on March 3rd, 2014. And my Double O time was done March 5th. I had 416 from back when I first got the Japanese version, and then I got Double O, then I pushed it down from 416 to 413. So let's take a look at my Control Double O. 413, and again, this was 94 points when achieved. It's now only worth 63. Can you believe that? Can you believe how, I mean, it's kind of unbelievable, I would say. Cheers, Schmerg. I'm glad you enjoy this amazing special of SpeedLore, presenting these strange unseen runs. And so this is a technique like nobody else would do. I just turned on cruise control. You can see I just turned on cruise control. No one would play this way. I look down, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I look up after 5. I think you usually look up after 6 if you're 1.2 because you can look up faster. And man, look, I'm already taking 3 bars of damage. I can only take 4 more shots. Control Double O is not a nice level. So I do go the long way. I mean, it is not a fun level to survive. That guard would have hit me too. That guard would have hit me if I didn't throw that mine, that well-placed mine. I mean, Control Double O makes me mad. It's such a hard level to survive. Like, it may be harder than, oh my god, I cost myself a bar. It didn't really cost because I could only have survived 2 more guard shots anyways. Yeah, Flicker, that throw with 1.1 is insane. Like, look at that turn I had to do there to pull that off. Usually just look straight down after chucking it, but I had to do this insane kind of technique. I can't believe I survived this run. Like, oh my god. Dude, this is so scary. You Control Double O, you kind of have to throw caution to the wind and accept that a lot of runs you're going to pass away. I mean, look at this! I get all this ammo, And I have to hope that a guard didn't come and harass Natalia. That was just shocking. Yeah, that was wise for me to go on the stairs there, because sometimes a guard immediately spawns there and shoots you. You know, the black-hatted guards come for you, the non-hatted ones go for Nat. Only the non-hatted ones break the glass, but, like, still, oh my god, I can't believe I got hit there. It's just so troll. Like, it's just such a troll level. I can only take one more hit. And even if I didn't take that mine damage earlier, I could still only take one more hit here. So that mine damage didn't do much. I'll be ghost health if I take one more hit, but I'm gonna need to, like, go for the... I need to not take any more hits, I believe, because going to the body armor, you almost always get hit. It's probably possible, I guess, that you could survive without getting hit there, and maybe I do on this run, I don't remember. But I'm assuming I don't get hit at all, and I get one hit to the body armor. And you could even get hit 3 or 4 times to the body armor. And I remember that happening to Clemens back in the day, like... Oh my god, that passed away a couple guards. And, like, the more broken glasses, the more exposed you are to possibly spawning guards. Like, that is so annoying. Oh my god, it's so... this is just nuts. So I got his ammo. I figured we'll reopen that. Oh my god, oh my god, look at that troll. The guard just, I would have been so, I can just picture myself being so angry at that shot, because, like, wow, now I've cost the run. And, like, trying to pray away to not get hit here, somehow managed to not get hit. Like, that's actually so rare. Now you're good. Like, but even so, look, that guy trolled me. He didn't pass away. Completes in the fade. Unbelievable, baby. Control 00 Agent 413. Insane. And, yeah. You know, it's crazy to think that that was worth 94 points. Again, it would have been a great time. I would have been very happy with it. But, it's just bled so much. It's only worth 63 now. Which is kind of painful. Control of 00413 is an iconic time because Boss had it as the world record Untied back in the day in one of his, like, most prolific sweeps. So it's like, I mean, look, I'm all the way down here. You know, you gotta think I could get 412 nowadays. You know, maybe even 411 or 410. But it's a painful, painful grind. So painful, I don't want to play the level. I mean, wow, Will Zelliver, 408. That's... what a maniac. Jeez. So yeah, I mean, I think that 413 would have tied Boss on the stage. Yeah, he hadn't improved it yet. But a lot of guys improved it, and, like, you know, that's how it started to bleed. Ace had 407 and bumped it down to 406 and 405 at the time. That's pretty impressive. And I think it was Ace, Clem, and Mark for sure. You can see Clem had 408 in 2012. That's insanely impressive, honestly. Like, that's an iconic... Look, this is on my main... I upload this on my main channel because I knew he wasn't going to upload it on his channel. That's really funny. That's such a relic that 408's on my channel. And, yeah, Mark had 408 and 407 even. Man, these guys are, like... These are times that show you how good Mark, Clem, and Ace really are at this game. Like, that's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, we can't stick on Control all night long, so let's carry on here to Caverns. I would have got Caverns Agent 103 as the world record back in the day. Let's take a look at a 103, in fact, for fun. You know, why not? Load it up. So 103 was actually one of my first records. I got it in 2005, before I had a recording device. So anything I got in 2005 up until before Christmas 2005 had to be duped because I didn't have any way to record. I got a VCR that Christmas in December 25th, 2005. And I'd record on VCR, then, film it with a webcam and upload it as proof at the time. It was acceptable. This was later sent off to be captured by Alex Bass Boost Anderson. Wow, I got a back boost! So this was just like a random 103 dupe. And this is probably 1.1 cc back then. Like, this would have probably been performed, this dupe, in like sometime in 06, I would say, before sending a tape off to Alex. It was kind of insane how like easily I could dupe these times back then, because it was a world record. It was a world record, and I wonder what number I was to tie 103. I'm gonna take a look here. Caverns Agent 103. I was the 5, 7, 10, 15. I was the 19th person to get 103, December 05, before I got the VCR. I got it. And then Boss would get 102 in 2007, and that was starting to get into a quieter time in the game's history, so there wasn't that many ties on it, but I would tie 102 in 2010. And the interesting thing with this 102 is that it's one of 2 world records that I achieved at the cabin. I know you guys, love the fireside stories at the cabin, and so I would not play very much GoldenEye up there. It was a lot for me to bring up my N64 and set up a TV in a pretty small cabin and a recording device. But 2010, I was living there, I was, working in summertime, was a fun time, and so I did have my stuff set up. And even so, I didn't play very much, because you're busy in the summer, you're a young man, you're exploring the world and the universe for the first time, But this summer, I did, in fact, have my recording stuff set up, and Caverns 102 is one of 2 records I achieved from inside the cabin. So that's kind of cool. It's June 2010. I believe 2010 is the same summer where wow, a little bit of a hang-up and then a boost forward. I wonder if that could be used. I wonder if that could be used in 101, or 1 minute, because what's interesting is, like, usually you get back boosted on 102 pace runs, but, like, that hang-up and that injure may have been just enough to, like, lure a boost. And, like, the hang-up was probably less than 0.3. So, like, it's kind of like you cost yourself 0.1 to gain 0.3, so you gain 0.2. I wonder if that kind of idea could be used on 1 minute. 101 is still the record. Yeah, very interesting, I would say. 102 was a cool time. Now, I believe this summer 2010 is when I got the Bobsled run world records as well, with an old legendary Mario Kart pal named Lightning War. So that was pretty cool as well. Let's see if I can dig up one of these Bobsled runs. So they were done 2010 as well, June 2010. They've since also been beaten. But, you know what? Let's show a Bobsled run. This is from Mario Party 1. I'm not sure if this is still the world record. I think it might be. But, I think our Mario Party 2 one has definitely been beat. But I think this might still be the record. I'm not sure there is anywhere that has the records updated. Let's take a look. Great run. We're on the top here. Let's check if there's something on speedrun.com. I think they might have added it at some point. Hello, True Ninja. Subgames. Yeah, I don't know. Speedrun.com can be tough to navigate sometimes. Boards. Yeah, I don't really see it, unfortunately. I think this... I'm pretty sure this might be the world records still, 12 years later. It was an insane run. We grinded like 1 or 2 nights solid. We grinded for these times, and I wish we had a webcam set up because we were pumped watching this one again.
Goal!
Yeah. I believe that's still the record. I think our Mario Party 2 records have been beaten, but I think that one still holds up today. Pretty amazing. This time exceeds all the rest in 8-year-old record here. Yeah. Oh no! You know what? These guys got 5676. Insane. Fleek speedruns. A huge congrats to Fleek and his bro. Yeah, Fleek and Space Wonder. They got it, forgot to record, and got it again later. I mean, they are pumped. I remember I watched this. They're pumped again. Congrats to these guys.
Oh, still a good time. Still a really good time.
Come on.
Let's go!
Let's go, baby. Did we record it?
Good for them, man. Good for them. I'm happy for them, As you get older in life, I used to be kind of salty when people had beaten time my records. As I get older, you know what? Life's not so bad. Good job to Fleek and Space Wonder 100. Good on them. They really did it up. Okay. Now we're going to get to a run. It's going to be our first dedication run of the night. This is from my chaotic era in 2017. I was playing for Caverns 101. It took about a week or two. There was a strategy that Grav was hoarding about timing the opening cinema to avoid a back boost from the drone. But he was hoarding it in like Capap 3, and so he didn't know about it. I didn't know about it. But even so, I just grinded it out. 6 people had publicly the record at this point. Clem Luke, Ace, Wotus, Carl, Henrik, Marks 101, of course, infamous. I have one of my favorite recent videos about that time. In fact, he got the record in 2011, so just after I got 102, a year after I got 102. But he deleted the video in a fit of rage one day, and so it's lost media. The 101's lost media, which is insanity. Anyways, so we were we got 7th person to get Caverns Agent 101. We nailed it. Let's give it a watch, and in fact, let's make this the first dedication run of the night. We're going to dedicate to our SpeedLore champion, FC Bojangles. A huge thanks to you, FC, for always supporting the stream on Patreon. Let's take an epic look at the Caverns 101, baby. What am I doing wrong? It's so fucking weird. I think this was reasonable. The streams
they're useless. They bump up your sub count without you actually lose money. Hida, what do you think, dude? Of course I do.
What a strange question from our longtime pal Hida. What a strange thing to ask before the run. And I would often respond in a sarcastic manner.
Yeah, but I don't know what to say, man. It wouldn't be a subscription if you didn't get paid for it.
There's one boost?
Like Amazon eats the loss as a benefit of you being a Prime member.
Only one boost so far, I think. I'm definitely gonna box boost. The box boost had been known. I think Carl sorted that out a few months earlier. Might only been a few weeks earlier. Yeah, the box boost was known about. So I'm 2-0. The timing in the tunnel was not known about. So I don't think I get back boosted, but I might have to rely on a forward boost. So it's 3-0. Let's see here. No, I just didn't get backed. Oh, oh, I know what it is. If your run is fast enough, 101 pace, you don't get backed. 102 pace, you do. 101, you don't.
Oh! Woo!
It was a very clean run, B-Down, for sure.
Yeah, baby! Caverns Agent 101. You like that?
Oh, and then I'm going to show off the Chimera, which I taped to my leg. Actually, I think I have a whole clip on the Chimera. So, let's take a look at this. I unlisted this from my, I unprivated this on my highlights channel. Let's take a look here.
So, I'm like, there's no good solution. Where should I put the second controller? And so I came up with this solution where I, literally taped the controller to my leg here. So now it's on my leg. I can just tap B simply and carry on with the run. So it really, you're like suiting up to do a speed run, like this is, I just walk around downtown like this, got the controller hanging off, can just easily just tap B and carry on. So pretty, yeah, just tapping B, Boom, B, pick it up and roll. So I was trying to get a good pose there, for like, because people are obviously gonna, screen cap this shit, like, oh yeah. Baby. Like that. Anyways, there you go. It's bad boy. Look at this shit. Look how fucking sexy this is. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm gonna go to the beach. Hey, babes. You want a piece of my fucking N64 controller? I bet you do, babe. Uh-huh. Yeah, don't ya? Uh-huh, don't you want this shit? There it is. Has science gone too far? It has. It has, boys, it has.
I was wondering, like, because this room, that bed was usually there, and so, like, these are two separate clips from two separate streams, like, a few days apart. This one, the bed's not there. This one, the bed is there. So, like, that like, really threw me for a loop. But, yeah, Sean, very funny. And so, basically, on Caverns, with the current strategy, you use Control Stop 2.x to start at full speed, and open the door a little bit earlier. And because I didn't want, like, the burden of, like, holding a second controller and then putting it down, like, you have, like, this couple of frames to press B, put a controller down, and then grab your main controller. And because I didn't want that burden, I just taped the second controller to my leg so I could just easily tap B and grab the main controller and play. And it worked out for me clearly because I got 101. So, it certainly looks strange and bizarre, but a creative solution to a problem and improving your gameplay, which is always the main thing. So, Caverns Secret Agent 122. This is a time that was a Untied World Record when I got it, and it's not a typical level that you would expect me to get an Untied World Record on. It's not like one of my signature levels, Streets or Silo. But this was February 07, the month when I got 3 Untieds, and the month that Ace beat me for Player of the Month because he got 11 Untieds. It was like my best month ever, but like Ace still tripled my Untied count. And I think this is just like, I was playing super well. I would have been 17 years old at the time, and just grinding up the rankings. I was ranked like top 3, and I was just very, very good at the game. And so I was able to, there were some less optimized records that I was able to just untie. And this is what I remember, like, especially, I think I got this, like, in a 15-minute session before dinner, It's like you come back from school, dinner's at 6 p.m., I got it at, like, 5:45 p.m. that day. Interesting to throw a mine at that Objective B console. And it's just, like, that's when you're just really good. Like, you don't need those hour-long sessions of focus that you need now when you're more advanced age, right? I just knocked this 122 out of the park. 123 had like 10 ties. It was kind of a crazily tied time. And 122 was just begging to happen, and it did. And it only lasted as the Untied for about 3 months, and it only lasted as the record for less than 9 months. But it's still an Untied in my career, and I'm happy with it, so that's pretty epic. Yeah, 123 had 4 ties, Water Boss, Jimbo, Ilu, and then in the span of 1 month, November to December 06, I got it, Funky Buddha, Chervone, Luke Sklar's, one of his earliest records, and Adam Moore, one of his last records, another Australian player. So it just got piled on in late 2006. I mean, what a time to be alive that was. And, yeah, I kind of caked 122. And then Boss got 121, like, you know, before the end of 07. Clem got 120 in 2008. Clem got, you know, 119 in 2010. So they really started pushing it lower and lower. In February 2013, so this would have been 2 seconds off the world record when I got it, but I got 121, which was like a very clean run. And this was kind of in the dawn of the Twitch era, so I was kind of starting to like, the rumblings of kind of making silly content were kind of there. This was worth 93 points when achieved, so 5th place, but I made it a very silly video with live commentary, but it's not live, so let's take a listen here. February 2013. A little bit of a stumble at the opening door, but nothing too severe. Lure out that scientist. That's tough.
Holy fuck. It's amazing.
So, I'm pretty sure It's Amazing was like some weird meme at the time in these early Twitch days. And I think that's like literally all that I say in this commentary video. And it was not live. I think I like recorded the voice notes and like spliced them in later. One boost there. Back boost.
What is this sorcery?
That was another big one. What is this sorcery?
Holy fuck. This is amazing.
That was a nice B area.
Holy shit. It's the run.
It's the run, baby.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Okay, so that yes outburst was a parody of Clem on Control 00. His 408 that I mentioned earlier, okay? So that 121 was in February 2013. Clem's 408 was November 2012, so like 4 months earlier. My yesing is a parody of Clem. Listen close.
Yes! Holy shit. Yes! 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 Haha!
Oh man. So I forgot the aha, but you know, it's pretty good. So yeah, now 121 when I got was 93 points. It has bled horrifically because a new strategy exists where you throw the mine through the wall. To this date, I still have never completed a run that way, and so tragically, it's only worth 68 points now, which is kind of cringe. Like, it's definitely a time that I could improve, but I just have not ever completed a run with the chucking the mine through the wall. You know, I have 121, and you know, all these people have 120 and 119, 117, 116. You know, it's I just have never done it. I've only ever even done it like at all, like once or twice, and then I've just never done it in a run. You know, you chuck your mines, you blow them up from here, come over here, and this is Joris, of course. You just throw it, and it like has to like bounce a certain way if it even gets. It's so hard, man. I just don't know, man. It's possible that I'll never beat that Caverns SA personal record. It's like totally possible. Anyway, that's life, I guess. Nice run, Joris. Okay, 2 Caverns Double O runs to show you. This is my PB 132. It's actually a pretty good PB. Let's watch this run. I believe this is still like 5th place. Like, you know, some of my records stand up well, and some of them just bleed like terrible. Actually, no, I want to go back here. Yeah, oh, this is actually 7th place. So 6 people have better, but like it's still pretty decent, all things considered. Just want to check this out. It's only bled 1 point. Okay, so that is a strat. I think Spec came up with that. You intentionally pass away the scientist, you save these 2, and you have to save 1 later. And so it uses 1 extra mine, which actually makes it a little bit tricky later in the stage. It makes it like a little bit difficult to survive. But, not survive. The more mines you have later, the better, because the less leggy it is and less guards like destroy the radio before you can get there. But that being said, that's a pretty fast objective A method, to just ignore the scientist and throw the 2 mines. I got a little bit of a bump on a guard there. Might have cost, you know, a 1/10 of a second. At the time, I had 133 from like when I first got the Japanese cartridge in, man, that's a very solid B area. Not amazing. Took a bit of damage there from the running through the explosion, but it was the right call to do that. You could have got trolled. I could have passed away. So there's a 1-shot to lure out scientists. You can see him come running. Very beautiful. Press B before it blows up. Oh man, that stuck cost a second for sure. A boost there, though, a back boost, couple back boosts, couple troll boosts, another weird boost, 4 boosts, back boost. I mean, pure chaos here, guys. Almost passed away at the end. Somehow clutched it out. And it was, it was 132. So yeah, I had got 133... from 2013, back when I first got a Japanese cartridge, which was a very solid time. That was 97 points when achieved. Holy smokes, when I got that 133. That was a great time. And then in 2019, you guys will remember the story is that I had achieved Streets 00 154 and was hoarding it for SpeedLore, and I wanted to troll Ogran by having it appear to be the longest standing Untied world record. But Wotus's 130 on Caverns AA Agent was a little bit older. And so that's why I started playing Caverns AA Agent. And it was about Wotus's 130 was about a month older at the time. So it had been Untied for just around 3 years. And so my plan was to either get 130 myself or convince Ace and Clem to get 130. And so the latter ended up working. Ace ended up caking 129, bopping Wotus's LSU, and then making it so Streets 00 154 appeared to be the LSU itself. But that being said, I did play a lot of Caverns 00, and I don't think I've ever shown this run before. It is a publicly viewable channel on my on my archive page, on my GoldenEye Runs archives page. But it's a 130 where I failed Objective B, a really troll middle console fail. So like I could have got 130. I could have slayed that Untied 2 if I simply didn't say anything to Ace or Clem. But I kind of wanted to, and you know what? They had fun playing the level, so. So Objective A completes there. This is June 19, 2020, or no, that's when I upload. Yeah, is that right? No, that can't be right. That can't be right. I must have uploaded it that day or made it public. This was definitely 2019 at the same time when I was playing Cavs Double. But this is such a good run. I'm pretty mad it didn't complete. You know, eliminating some guards for ammo, which is needed. Got 3-time mines, a nice boost there. That's quite rare. So objective B. So I throw the mine, run down here. Really nice, like really, really nice B area, but it doesn't complete. And I'll show you what fails at the end of this run. At the time, 129 was the record by Ace. Clem was grinding for 129 and just like didn't complete it. Man, that was so nice. The scientist like blocked back boosts. Look how clean and unlaggy this ending is. 1-1 ending. Oh my god, that run was so nice. Man, that is so unfortunate. A 130 fail. And what failed? It's actually disgusting, okay? So that mine completed. I blew up the console, okay? And then I blew up this console. And I can feel the mine explosion going off. So what failed here is that literally this middle set of consoles is actually 2 side-by-side consoles, okay? You can see the one on the right, the green screen at the top, halfway up, didn't blow up. The left half of the middle console blew up, and usually, like 95% of the time, that will blow up the right side, and it just didn't on this run. It's like so unlucky. But that's what failed on this insane 130. And to this date, only Wotus has 130. 4 guys have 131. So, like, if this completed, it would have been, you know, a tied 2nd place time, just with Wotus, and just behind Ace. And so it's actually kind of, like, irritating that this didn't complete. It's kind of one of my more bothersome fails. But alas, that is life. That's life, the 130 fail. I mean, what a great run. That's a real troll that didn't complete. Yeah, that's exactly right, Dovetail. Life is life, and you move on. And in this case, we'll move backwards. This is my Cradle Agent 35. This was another world record that I got before I had recording software, or recording hardware, in fact. Either or. This was like November 05. I think it was my 3rd world record, Cradle 35. And it was a cool one. So this would have been a dupe later on. But the problem was, after I got 35, and this is actually a really cool trev kill right here. A lot of people do kind of a strafing kill. I just kind of ran straight down and like the 2 shots hit him as I was landing. He went uninvincible, perfectly timed. I was just playing with such good feel. I was like a new player, and I was playing like all on feel. Skilled feel, and it worked out, and I got 35. But the thing with 35 that made me angry was that, and you know, Boss doesn't like when I mention this, but it's the truth. And you know, it's 15 years ago, so who cares at this point, you know? But, so I had gotten 35, like, as the world record, technically. I was the 4th person to do it in November 05, just behind Wouter, Graham Morris, and Boss. Was number 4. And then I got it untaped, unproven. A bunch of other people saw me get it, you know, Ilu, Mouser, Chervone, and they're like, wow, this total noob got 35, I'm gonna get 35. They did. But then Boss went and got 34. That's exactly what he does. When a record would start to snowball, he would go out and improve it. And so unfortunately, I never was able to get 35 as a proven record, right? By the time I had the video made, it was no longer the world record. 34 was now the record. And so I was kind of mad that that was the case, and especially it took, you know, about a year for the 34 video to be released. Boss got 34, and it took about a year and a half for him to sell the tapes. And so that's the way it was back then. It was hard to get videos captured. Like, that's the reality. We can see lots of these runs that I didn't have made at the time, and this was not a struggle unique to myself. It was a widespread thing. You know, we're talking 2005 era. And so I never was able to see the 34 run. You know, I started duping 35s and making videos, and was like, wow, finally got this 35, this kind of meaningful record to me. But it's not the record, because 34 is the record, but it's not proven, and, you know, it's just a whole big kerfuffle. But Boss's 34 had come out. It was a great run. I'll show you the headshot he does a little bit. It's a little bit differently. So he comes around here, and he's like in full strafe. Like, that's what made it 34. And it just so happens that he nails the head of Trev. I mean, that's a tough thing to do. Like, it's tough to get 34 this way. And so I was way, way different the way I did it. Kind of backed by the drone, too. I think Boss noticed that and was mad. It was like, oh, this is terrible. Like, I can definitely get 34, and he did. So 34 kind of became this like white whale time for me, and so it took me so long to actually get 34, but finally in July 2013 I was able to do it. Ace, Clem, Ilu, and Wouter had gotten 34 before me. Finally I had gotten it, and here's that run. I'm actually haven't watched this run in a long time, but this is one of my favorite runs. Beautiful run. Finally got 34. I just spent a few days at the cabin. I had a fun time. You come back, you're fully refreshed, fully mentally recharged, and finally, after 8 years of going for this record on and off, I finally got it. Could have even been a little bit faster going in. Man, that's amazing. That was 34. Because it was not that insane of like a full strafe run. That is kind of mind-blowing. But that was 34. I mean, I guess 34 is not regarded as like a super amazing world record anymore, but like, man, I don't really remember that shot. Like, I was full strafing, but I was rubbing against the side, so you're not like going full speed. You're probably going like 90% full speed. And it's crazy. I must have gotten really good contact in the building, because it didn't look like those were headshots. Yeah, I guess I probably got 2 body shots there. I mean, like, it's possible they counted as headshots, right? It's like kind of double shot. Yeah, there. Okay, that was a double shot, and he dies. I guess that was considered a double headshot right there. Boom, and that's enough to pass him away. I mean, there was stuff I didn't know. Like, you have to basically be you have to reload and press Z at the same time to get double shots coming out. Like, I didn't know that for like most of those 8 years of playing. So, anyways, I finally got 34. I was happy, and that's still my PB to this day. I do not have 33, which would become the world record in 2018. So, yeah, cool and epic stuff. Let's move on to my 2 world records in one night. Cradle, SA, and 0034. So at this point, you were able to eliminate Trev by combining the explosion of the drone with shooting him with a double shot at the same time. On one frame, he takes explosion damage and shot damage. And this was January 2017, so this was literally the beginning of when I returned to streaming and making content and making SpeedLore. Like, this takes us right back to the beginning. January 2017 was the first world records I set in that, like, return to stream in 2017. And I had played probably a few days, maybe a week or so, January 2017. And then finally, that's the one night I got both records in the same night. And so we're going to dedicate these records to SpeedLore champions. The first one, Cradle SA 34, goes out to our pal, Soul O'Rock, legendary supporter, SpeedLore champion of the channel. Huge thanks, Soul. Let's watch this video. It's 5.5 minutes, so there's a bit of interlaced stuff as well.
Nice one, Big Guns. You got me.
Let's watch the lead up to Cradle 34, Secret Agent. 19 people had achieved at the top of the stream, you can see.
What, Schmack? That's pretty wild. I've never heard about that one.
One
yeah, Jumbie.
ZMG.
Depends on your definition of speedrun, but yes. A single level speedrun record attempt. To be exact. Die!
Very clean run.
Fuck, I fucked it up. I fucked it up. I completely botched it. I fucking choked the ending. I cocked myself. Yo!
Wow, we did it, lads.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm in shock. I'm in fucking shock.
Yeah, clearly didn't think it was it.
Took way too long. Holy shit, man. We did it. We did it.
Everyone's pumped
Back
watching
in
this
10th
again.
place. Top 10, baby. We're back in there. We did it. I'm actually in shock. I mean, I thought I lost it for sure there.
I'm surprised that I thought I lost it. Like, at the time, I guess I was playing, I was kind of more in tune with the level. But, like, I didn't think that the ending was bad. Like, watching it back here. Maybe it's so tight you have to be, like, super perfect. Oh, okay, I can see. I kind of, like, stubbed my toe on the inner side of the hole. If you watch closely. I kind of bump it briefly, but, like, it probably costs, like, 2 frames.
Fuck, I fucked it up.
Not a massive deal. Probably 2 frames. And then I got back in the top 10. That's pretty fun. Pretty epic. And then 1 hour later, we switched to Double O Agent. And this was January 2017 Dovetail. And I'll talk about it in a little bit as well. But yeah, we're on to Double O Agent, and so we're going to dedicate this one to a SpeedLore champion, a great one, Sammy Limex. A huge thanks, Sammy, for your support and interest always in SpeedLore. Always appreciate you wondering and kind of jabbing me to say, hey man, when's the next one coming? You know, it's always to keep someone moving it along. I do appreciate it. So huge thanks, Sammy. Hope you enjoy.
That actually fucking blows.
Let's take a look.
Morituri. I haven't commented on that. You're right. I don't like how I put it. I'm sure it could spawn a good discussion another time, but all I'll say right now is, like, I don't know what I would do for sure if I was in that kind of situation. I would like to think that I wouldn't have, like, sketchily hid, like, the fact that I owned the fucking site I was gambling on. But I don't know. And if he made off with millions of dollars, which he did, and it wasn't technically illegal, then, like, well, it's hard to blame the guy.
I think we're talking about the CSGO Lotto Phantom Lord scandal in chat. And kind of interesting. I mean, I think that's 5 years later now. I think that's kind of mostly resolved itself, but interesting.
You know, certainly unethical and certainly questionable and certainly something not a man of high character would have done. But it's hard to know how you would act when those sorts of amounts of money are at stake.
It's true. It's true. It's interesting that gambling is still a big thing on
directly blame the guy for what he did
on Twitch.
I can just agree that it was pretty fucking douchey and degenerate.
Oh my god, that was such a good boost. Trev really passed away.
Maybe has a chance. Maybe has a chance. Oh my god.
Well, Hida was pumped. He thought it was it.
Yep.
Insane.
7th place, bitches. We back there. We fucking back there, boys.
That's crazy. We got back to 7th place with these 2 times. Unbelievable. Oh my god. As if bits were a thing in 2017.
Holy
I thought they were
hell,
added
man.
like much later. Bits.
Damn, dude.
I must have just learned about them and added them on stream that night.
Damn you boys. Bob, Moody, Robot, thanks. Thanks, dudes. Honestly, it was all Flickr telling me not to do the double reload.
This is very true.
And for, 8 streams of Cradle, I was doing the double reload and explaining to people why, and explaining that it wasn't even necessary. And yeah, it wasn't. My boy Flickr saved me. What a legend. What a fucking legend.
Yeah, I did want to mention that because I remembered it vividly while rewatching these runs that I was... Down here, I was
Directly
doing the double reload, which you need to do on Agent, which I explained on Agent. But on SAOO, to pass away Trev here,
Just agree that it was pretty fucking
you don't need to do it.
douchey and degenerate.
And so it's like, for some reason, it's easier for Trev to pass away if you don't do it. Like, intuitively, you would think you want the extra damage, but I guess the extra damage just isn't needed, and so instead of having double fire, having one after another is better to hit him, initiate the shot damage on the same frame as the fire damage, and that's adequate. And Flickr gave me that tip, I remember that vividly, and that's what helped me get this pair of 34s that night. Like I said, I played for about a week before this, unsuccessfully, and then that night he gave me that tip, I got both that night.
Pretty fucking douchey and degenerate.
You can just see Trev flying away to his mortal coil there, so all these 5 years later, still a big thanks to Flickr, so that's amazing. And I don't want to meme this up too much, but I can't help but notice it's like a top 10 images taken before disaster moment. You see up top here it says sub goal 91 out of 100, redo emotes, and create Discord. Yeah, that's definitely a top 10 moments before disaster. So kind of funny to take us back to this, pre-Discord era, more innocent time in my stream, January 2017. If only we could go back, I certainly would in a heartbeat. So, and right as we created lore, what a great time that was. But hey, let's carry on. If only I didn't hit 100 subs, how different things would have been. Yeah, no, it's true. At the end of the day, it is what it is, baby. That's life. Live and learn. But hey, onwards and upwards. And speaking of onwards and upwards, we're going to launch ourselves to the rocket shot of Aztec Agent. Aztec Agent was a level that I was never that amazing on, and this is somehow my best time on the stage. So this is an Aztec Agent 125. I don't even have very notable records to show before this point. I was kind of randomly playing in fall 2016, so this is before the Cradle records, kind of getting my feet wet again before I decide to start streaming again. And I just cranked out this record. I jumped to 125 from 130, and this absolutely could have been 124, which was the world record at the time. Clem and Isa had it 124. And, yeah, I totally could have got 124, and, like, I just didn't know what I was doing at the vents here. And that's why the run lost a full second. It maybe even could have been Untied. I used the fastest glass strategy, other than, like, the crouch and pinball. Which is... people don't really use it these days anymore, but I use it here, and I didn't have super consistent success with it, but I had reasonable success. I nailed it. Let's take a look. Wow, I even charged the right guard. This is an insane run, man. And it's NTSC English, I believe. I turned off CC there. Like, this run is actual madness. Only one back boost. Oh, the guard had, like, the guard had... if he has, like, a one spurt of AR-33 and doesn't, like, continue, it's a good omen. Oh my god, 30 seconds. Dude, this run is so nice. Glass opens. Bingo bango. I insert the DAT before it falls apart. So rare. I mean, dude, I kind of got robbed. I played this pretty damn well. I kind of got robbed. That's where I lost at least a second. Just two... yeah, like... instinctively, I want to say I didn't know what I was doing at that pause, and I lost time. But, like, I kind of... looking at it now, I kind of got robbed. Like, it could have easily worked. And I could have got boosted through. And, like, definitely would have saved a second, maybe 2 seconds. These are some of my worst vents, but at the same time... it's true, Rugar, like, maybe I... yeah, it's so true. At the same time, I had enough health where it didn't matter. I think I wouldn't have died in the vents, though, because you're so, I was so healthy. That was such a healthy run on Agent. Wow. What an amazing run, 125. Still my PB today, still a good PB. It's still worth 93 points. Man, I'm on the leaderboards on Aztec. That's pretty impressive, as we'll see in a second. Very, very nice stuff. But, yeah, it just hurts a little bit because it could have been 124, could have been world record. I've never had a world record on Aztec at this point. And, especially on Agent. I was usually, like, it was usually a level that I lagged behind on, but then I just randomly cranked out this 125, which is pretty cool. So, in 2021, in the summertime, I just randomly got the itch to play GoldenEye again. I was playing Aztec. I had learned about the strategy where you get very frequent glass openings by manipulating a guard stuck in the mainframe. And I learned that it's actually a lot easier to get the guard stuck than a lot of people were believing. They thought it's hard to get the guard stuck. You have to shoot in a corner and it costs 1 or 2 seconds. I thought, no, man, he gets stuck sometimes naturally. And I dubbed this the natural stuck mainframe. And so I'm playing Aztec Secret Agent. And my PB at the time was 134, which I'm pretty sure I had just improved. I'm pretty sure it was 137 before this. That's right, I slowly had been chopping this down from 137 back in 2016, 135, 134. I'm like, let's push a little bit lower, get a little more points. And so I'm streaming this night. Now, I was getting really, really angry at Aztec Secret Agent because it's an annoying level. A lot of BS happens. You really get kind of trolled. So yeah, I was not thrilled about it. And I was kind of raging. But I kept playing and grinding, and eventually I got this run. And this run's actually pretty decent. When I got it, it was worth 94 points, which is like solid. That's 4th place. Since then, Yanni Pitkinen Bands has bopped me because he got the Untied 129. But this was 4th place when I got its 5th place. Now it's a good, solid run. We're going to dedicate this live highlight to our SpeedLore champion, Madry Bread. Huge, longtime supporter of SpeedLore. A big thanks, Madry. Hope you're doing well. Let's check out my Aztec Secret Agent 132. Let's watch this bad boy.
Unfortunately, Sularok. Is that like a fair enough pronunciation? Sularok?
Well, there's
Almost like
Sewell hanging out in chat.
The grind goes terribly, and I'm gonna end stream. Next glass, basically.
Wow, I was mad. At this point, I was 38 days without Coca-Cola. Pretty soon I'm at 10 months now, which is pretty epic. So that could have been a little bit faster. Like, I could have, like, full strafed him over here. Saved a second or two, but, like, this is solid still. Very clean run. And I would have gone for the BA on this run. See, I have not great health. It's 3:47 local time on stream. Do my little trick there. I love that little spin. Glass opens. Spinorama. I love the Spinorama, man. Nobody else uses it. Nobody else is a Spinorama appreciator. But I love it. Oh man, I got trolled there. I could have saved another second. Run through the drones, only 1 hit. That was really clean and clutch. And like it's SA, I have the perfect health distribution. Lower main health, higher BA is really nice because you can,
Holy fucking shit.
you have lots of invincibility frames. This is going to be a super well played Vents too. Like, given how chaotic it is. Uh-huh. Beautiful. The people are pumped in chat. Oh, I had 3 shots, that was so well played. 3 shots, it didn't kill him.
Come on.
JD Black. Oh yeah, I was playing because it was Summer League and Will drafted me, so shouts to Will Zelliver as well. Top perfect dark runner. Very interesting fellow in his own right. Just the kind of maniacal reaction when you're just really laughing, because it was annoying to play. Now that's a good speedrun, baby. But I kind of caked it.
That's how we play GoldenEye 007. That's it. That's how we played GoldenEye 007. 2 seconds off roll.
I like the comment by Wexy. I think you still got it, old man. You know, it's a good one, because I kind of talk about how washed up I am.
The strategy Untied.
Untied.
The fastest run ever performed using the mainframe strategy. Natural mainframe stuck. Clutched the run. What more can I say? I almost lost it too at the exhaust bay console. I didn't go through perfectly. I shot there, and I figured that by shooting, I would probably get hit and survive, and I did. I didn't go for the insane double boost in the vents, because I figured it's the run. But, there we go, 132. Bopped all these guys, my man. Bopped all these dudes. All these grinders and so on and so forth, you know. Yeah, it felt good because, like I say, like there was all these people at 133, all these kind of newbies, I would put them. Newcomers to the game. Johnny's come lately. Johnny's come latelys. You know. Not that lately, but like, you know, all these guys, Irie, QWERTY, eClout, Canova, Dusky, Pogo, Hados, JD Black, Chris G. You know, always I said like 134, 133. And
I was like, man, like, I just feel like they aren't playing the level that well. Like, they're kind of using these super slow strats. I'm like, and to bop them with this, like, it felt, like, very gratifying. You know, I was, you know, I still have that troll edge to me, a little bit, you know? Tiny little bit. It's kind of like, just to bop them and get that edge on them once again. It felt good. It felt really good. So I was pumped. It was, you know, good and healthy. Just nick them a little bit with that edge. Take them out, bop them, cost them points. And yeah, Tyrannicide, we sure are. We're at 10 months now, which is pretty epic, which is pretty good. So that was great. I'm happy with that 132. 5th place, great time still. And then I would turn my attention. I was actually mostly playing Double Agent, where my record was like 140, and I was slowly 142, 144, 142. I was slowly trimming it down, and I would trim it down, baby. I would trim it down. This is like really a crazy run, kind of becoming, I would say, a defining run in my later career. And we had really kind of sorted out Aztec DO. I showed this recently on the year in review, so I won't get like too into it. But we really were drilling down on the level, trying to figure out, you know, the fastest way to do it. Like 135 was a Luke Untied from 2017 from Capap 3, but Untied for almost 4 years, and we were wondering if the mainframe glass strategy could get 135. Because the best players had like 138 with it. A lot of people were getting 130, like these newer players were getting 139, 138. You know, QWERTY, Yendis, Canova, Pogo, Dusky, Hados. And so they were kind of capped out at 138, and it was like, could we push for lower? And how much lower? And so I started playing it, I started trimming my times down into 138, into 137. Clem was doing the same. And it was a fun time. And Clem got 135. He tied Luke's time on July 4th. And I kept playing, and 2 days later on July 6th, I would get this run. And we were wondering, we kind of actually figured out that skipping the body armor was possible. I wouldn't have been the one to do it. You know, Riolo nailed that run. It was not me, it was Riolo who nailed it a few weeks later. But just for that brief moment of a couple weeks, I had the world record on Aztec Double Agent for the first time in my life, having an Aztec world record. A very cool kind of, you know, late stage in your career thing to pull off. I pulled it off. And so this run is dedicated to our SpeedLore apotheosis, E Street. A huge thanks, E Street, for your immense support of GoldenEye SpeedLore. This run's out there for you. Let's watch my Aztec Double Agent 135, baby. Let's watch it. So, typical first room.
This is a good example of a company that just completely lost its vision and lost its top spot.
Go in here.
There's now like waning in irrelevancy, unfortunately.
Really nice. This is such a good run, man.
Come on.
Even so, Riolo and Clem would have runs like 2 seconds faster, but like this was a very nice run. Really nicely quick paused.
Full health. I'm not gonna skip BA here because this could be world record.
I guess this went way more aggressively in the first room and maybe got like a boost or two. And so I said I'm not gonna skip BA, but I actually considered it here because I didn't get hit. But then I get trolled by this guy.
I cannot believe that.
And he prevented me from skipping the BA.
Okay, whatever.
But look, Bassacurds. Chris B in chat calling it this is it. Legendary call. I think I got hit twice here.
2 backs.
And maybe 2
Very
here.
unfortunate. Oh my god, I lost all my BA. I might as well have just skipped it. That was the weirdest survive I have ever seen.
Such a good vents.
There was a couple weird issues here. I don't know what time. I have no idea what time this is. It was like a real. This could be 1:36.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be 1:36.
Oh my god! Writing to disk. Oh my god! Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh my god! Writing, dude, we don't have the captured version. Mamma mia! Mamma mia, baby! 135 Aztec DO world record. Writing to disc, baby. Only the live stream highlight exists. It's truly remarkable, my friends.
Unbelievable. What a great run.
Maybe we're not so washed up after all, baby.
No, it's a cool run, and yeah, I love this comment down here from Mark Rutsu. You know, it's a great, great comment. Let's take a look here. Just gotta pull this up a bit. Amazing world record. Players with most safe surviving strats in the countdown. Goose, Mark. Almost everyone else, with some exceptions, seemed to be almost begging to be shot because of the carelessness of exposing themselves to guards. So true, Mark Rutsu. Here's our pal Sammy Limex as well, commenting. You know, what a great time, honestly. What a great time. Just great. Very pumped watching that one again. Such a good clean run. It was interesting with, like, losing all the health, because... So, I wouldn't... If I skipped BA, I wouldn't have had this much health going to the big room.
I lost all my BA, I might as well just skip it.
Because I would have got hit by the drone. Because the technique of juking the drone to avoid getting hit hadn't been, like, figured out yet. But man, I still had a bar and a half. It's totally possible this run could have survived skipping BA. Like, it's legitimately possible. And, like, that could have been 131 if I skipped BA, probably.
Two backs.
You know, like 132, 131. And so, like, it's one of those things where, like, there is that in the corner of my mind. Like, should I, you know, quietly start playing Aztec again and, like, go for 130, go for an Untied, you know, because Riolo has 134, great run, skipping BA, legendary watershed moment, but, like, 133, 132 are out there for sure, even 131, and that'd be pretty insane to get. So it's just like, and that's true too, right? Now that someone's pulled off the box ending, you know, on Bands' 129, it really makes me, like, you know, it adds another element of reasonableness to, like, getting an insane 132, 131. Like, it really does. You know? Absolutely. Totally. I know. And another side note is that the writing to disk, it's funny because the disk actually stopped recording halfway through the countdown. So if I wasn't, like, streaming, I wouldn't have had a video capture of it. But it only appears here in the, like, fade-out screen, in the cinema. And I think Joris posted something in the proof call topic about how, like, I'm lucky it only appeared here and not overtop the gameplay, otherwise he, like, may have backrolled it. So, like, literally, if it appeared, like, 3 seconds earlier, he would have considered backrolling the time. I think he probably would have given me a one-time pass on this one, but who knows? So a lot of things worked together and came right there for that 135. One of my favorite times. And yeah, certainly in the last, like, you know, I streamed a lot in 2017-18, and then I kind of stopped. There's that kind of post-era of my speedrunning career. And this run is definitely, like, one of the defining runs of that era, you know, along with Streets 15400, I would say. But I would almost say this is even more. Like, this was unbelievable to get this time. So, pretty epic. So, luckily I haven't Rugar. This was the closest I've ever come. Okay, so now I'm going to watch some wacky runs with some old Twitch highlights. Okay? Some old legendary Twitch highlights from Egypt. You know, before that, actually, let's actually read my Aztec commentary here. You know, Aztec DO 135. Wow, lads, we did it. First time I've ever had a world record in Aztec in my career. Tied with Luke and Clem. 33 pause. You know, I talked about how I was kind of deciding on what to do with skipping BA or not. And very funny and epic. Got it for the Summer League team. After school speedrunning club. A fun time with Will Zelliver. Good guy. And let's take a look here. Aztec. I'm on the leaderboards. And man, I could almost get first place on the Aztec leaderboards. It'd be a bit of a grind, but it'd be kind of funny to do. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Not today. Anyways, that's cool stuff. Let's move on to these strange, unusual Egypt runs, okay? So this is Egypt 46. It was my personal record. It's just so old and vintage. Let's see when I got this time. It was probably early 2013? January 4th, 2013. Streams are like, oh, fresh and new. No one's streaming it. No one knows what Twitch is. But we're going to dedicate this one to our SpeedLore champion, Languid Tide. A huge thanks to Languid Tide for your loyal support of SpeedLore. Let's check out this very vintage, strange dedication run.
This is a weirdly slow run.
For my streams way back in the day.
In fairness, I don't really know where to buy plane tickets because I've never bought them before. And yeah, Alex is going to do the 100% run. It's going to be a disaster.
I mean, 100%'s hard. 100% is hard, so I don't blame, that's, you know, maybe not an unfair comment. He actually performed it super well, so good on him. So I'm trying to be quiet in this video, Sneak Man. I'm trying to be, like, super quiet, because I was in my childhood bedroom at the time. With other sleeping house inhabitants.
Possible.
So this was before AGDQ 2013. That's how long ago this was. Thumbs up, baby. That's all we got. Thumbs up. Yeah, totally. The webcam is like so, you know, the view is just so silly and strange. Okay, so this was, believe it or not, this was 95 points when I got it. 95 points. 46s were 60, well, it's still worth 67. That's not bad. But 95 probably would have been Ace and Boss who had, yeah, Ace had 45, and, oh, not Boss. Ace and Clem? Ace and Clem had 45. And Mark got 45 a couple weeks later. But yeah, crazy time in the stream. This is just a random clip called Oh Wow. This illustrates just like how silly it is to, the stuff like back in the day, but when you're first learning a media platform, you had no idea what you were doing. Like, I randomly highlighted this clip of all clips. I think I'm playing Secret Agent, going for 46 there, which would have been the world record if had I got it.
Fuck me.
I got mad because I brought up the drones. I think it was a reasonable run, but not like, you know, it was probably a good chance of 46. It's just like, why did I highlight it? I have no idea why I highlighted this run. And you can see, watch Alex's HDQ run tonight. Here's a link to the rankings. I just have a straight up hyperlink on my layout, like a maniac.
Oh, wow.
Like, why did I highlight this? I made contact with the Baron, but I hit his body instead of his head, so he didn't pass away, and he immediately shot with the laser, and it got me off guard, and so I said, oh wow. And it's like, is that really worth a whole highlight? Is it worth re-showing the whole thing here right now? Like, almost certainly not. But for some reason I decided to do it. It might have just been a bit of a meme.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh wow, the strange oh wow. I got a couple of dupes of 47 Secret Agent. So at this point, 46 was still the world record on Secret Agent, and I was going for it. I'm actually afraid if Mark or Ace got 45 first. Ace did. Ace got 45 first. Very interesting. That's just a random 47 dupe. Just to really illustrate this, strange, unusual layout and moment in my stream. Some of my earliest stream highlights. I figured, why not bring them out for this episode of Lore. Nice, that was a great headshot, but the early half would have been bad. I would have been playing 1.1 at the time. Leaking all sorts of time in the golden gun room, and on the first Baron, on the second Baron even. Just a little bit tilted. There's the big tongue, the big wow. Panting like a dog. Yeah, exactly. So, okay, here's former world record. Let's take a look here. Egypt, Secret Agent 46. So I would finally get it off stream. And so, yeah, let's check out this off-stream highlight of Egypt Secret 46. I finally got it. And what's pretty classic moment is, well, what's interesting, I play 1.1, I'm playing 16:9 display still. At this point in my career, which is a bad idea. Man, not a great golden gun room. Not even crouching under the door. Such an old style of play. Do I even build... I don't even really build speed here. Like, that's crazy to watch. But I would hold this world record for 6 days before Ace would go out there and get 45 Secret Agent. So I had this record for 6 days. Beautiful headshot. Top of the stairs, fade out. Great run. 46 Secret. Great run. That was very swell. And this actually has one of the most legendary world record forum posts. Okay? You guys know by now how we kind of would get into the trollery of, oh, you know, hidden Mark Rutsu's hidden sorcery, and he's trolling me for getting the time. And so the world record post was this. You see here. Egypt SA 46. And he's on Rainbow Road. Vad den trolldom. Vorden besijred du mig. Jeg brukt trolldom af Rainbow ve. Which means in Danish, what is this sorcery? This is the sorcery of Rainbow Road. I'm not sure how Rainbow Road got like involved in the memeing of this all, but yeah, that's definitely one of the most legendary world record posts that I've ever made. A funny time there. And Ace got 45 00 2 days later, and then 45 Secret Agent 6 days later. So I had this record for 6 days. Just the way it goes sometimes. But hey, carrying onwards and upwards. Let's watch, oh yeah, my Egypt Agent 45 is what we gotta get. So, again, this was kind of when I was starting to make content and stuff, and I didn't want to upload just a plain run, so like I just quickly turned this into a whole like mini lore. Like I have the highlight in the first 2 minutes of the run of the video, then I like spend 15 minutes explaining it, upload this to my channel back then. So I have an interesting time. Like I wanted to upload my runs, but I wanted there to be a bit more meat on the bone for some content, and you know, just early on trying to fiddle around and see what works and what doesn't. So we're obviously not going to watch this whole 18-minute video. Oh, I guess I dive into analysis on whether or not 44 is possible. And 44 would happen about less than a year after I got this time, so it certainly was possible. But I did get this as the world record, which is pretty cool. I was the 10th, I was about the 15th person if this is the world record. So pretty nice. And we're going to dedicate this one to a long-time SpeedLore champion, our pal 4-Day Bender. A huge thanks, 4-Day. Let's go back to July 2017 and revisit my Aztec Agent 45 tied world record when set. I'm going to go for 45 Agent and 46 00 Agent, and then see how I feel. Seems like reasonable. It's possible if I get 45 Agent that when I play 00 Agent 446, I will just get 45. That's completely possible. That would have been nice. See what happens. That would have been nice. That didn't happen, unfortunately. It would have been really nice. And if I got 45 00, I'd have to go for 45 Secret Agent. Only 18 minutes in the session here. So I definitely do the crouch here, which is like decent, but not the fastest method. You can warp that door. That's what was used on 44. So I do build speed here. Like for 45, I would need to do that stuff. Best death, this could be it. That was such an early shot, too. That was insane. Oh my god, it's it! It's 45! I think so. Oh my god, I think it's 45. Wow. I'm gonna be really disappointed if it's not 45. That was the best death. The run was like between 45.9 and 46.1, but at the absolute best death. You know, a rare record where my heart's racing when I see that fade out. A rare record where I'm wearing my glasses. I don't play as well with glasses on. I play better with contact lenses in. So kind of not that common. That's quite a rarity, I would say. I played the whole cinema for some hype. Come on. Yep. Oh! Yeah, baby! That's what we're talking about. Oh! Fuck yeah! Oh! Oh, man. First GoldenEye record in a while. It's been a while, boys. Yeah, I guess it had been about... Like, I was streaming all the time. It was 2017. It was kind of in the prime of my streaming. And I would have got Runway 0032 in April, and then I spent 2 months playing Damn 00 and didn't get a world record. So this was my first world record in like 3 months. It's been a while. And when you're playing like every day, that does feel like a while for sure. That was the sickest fucking last Baron I've ever seen. It was. I mean, I even commented on it rewatching it now. Alright, so Aztec Agent 45 seconds. I'm quite happy with this. So we're not going to watch... You can watch it. It's on my channel if you want to watch it. I'm sure it's decent, but 44 is happening. We know it's possible, so... Is 43 possible? That'd be an interesting question. Best death, this could be it. That was such a nice shot, man. Like, I'm surprised I made that shot. Man, I'm out here. I'm like so deep out, nailing that shot. But hey, that's what you gotta do for 45, so I nailed it. And there we go. I was like the 13th or 14th person at this time. That's a great question. Is 0 possible? And I don't know. I don't think it is, as far as we know right now. Okay, lads, well, it's the last run of the night, and it's another one that I dug up from the highlights channel. So I kind of talked about my plans when I was playing that Egypt agent for 45. Then I was going for 0046. Maybe I'll skip to 45, and maybe I'll play SA as well. It didn't pan out. I ended up getting 46 00 agent, which was a personal record. I'm going to check the rankings and see how many points it was worth when I got it. Now, in this record, it was worth 90, so that's decent. That's an impressive amount of people having 45, though. Ace, Clem, Mark, Luke, Wotus, and Jimmy Bauer had 45 00. And Swiss! Holy smokes! That's a lot of people at 45 00. That's crazy that many people had 45 00 when I got this time. But it was worth 90 points. I certainly had the potential to skip to 45. I didn't. But it, 45 is a toughie. I still don't have 45. That's why this is my PB. I dug this up from my highlights channel. In this highlight, I'm telling a story about a neighbor who wanted to go kayaking with me. And I just kind of come across as a dick. And at the time, there's some moments in stream where I'm not such a dick, but there's some where I was, and this was one of them. So I had this private, I unlisted it so we could watch it tonight. And hey, we're gonna once again look back, July 2017, watch this Egypt 0046, and this speedrun, the final speedrun of the night, goes out to our SpeedLore champion, Mr. Moxie. A huge thanks, Mr. Moxie. Made you wait all night long, but here we go. Classic moment in stream, Egypt 0046. Very decent time, and a cool highlight. Let's take a look.
No, I actually saw him revulsions on the street, and we ran into each other's, and we were chatting. Oh, nice day, yeah. Like, I always run into, I'm always going for a fucking walk to play Pokemon towards this area with a bunch of Pokestops, and I always run into him on my Poke walks. And didn't get too awkward. And he's like, at the end of our conversation, which is a typical neighborly, oh, how are you? Yeah. He was like, oh, I didn't see you at the Canada Day parade on the street. And I'm like, well, I was at the cottage. And then he's like, oh, yeah, you still want to go kayaking or canoeing, by the way? And I'm like, honestly, no. So I luckily got out of that now. Dude, die, you fucking idiot. Okay, died. Let's just get 46 right here. Maybe? Oh, it's definitely... Oh!
It's definitely it.
He is a nice guy. He's a good dude.
He is a good dude. So I kind of feel like a troll calling back the story.
This has to be 46, by the way.
Strange way.
It was a really good death.
It was. I knew it was 46 the whole way. No doubt about it.
I didn't even do the line hit. I did the feel. I did the feel, dude. I wasn't doing the line.
We again watched the whole cinema for dramatic effect.
Oh! Perfect. Perfect. Egypt 00 Agent 46. Magnificent. New PB.
There we go. It's one of those things where it's like, in hindsight, should I have gone kayaking with my neighbor? And the answer is like, probably yes in hindsight, It's like, the path not taken. And the reason I didn't want to do it was because, like, I just felt so busy with my stream. I wanted to, like, build my stream and so on. And it's like, 5 years later, it's like, was it worth it to be streaming? I would kind of stop streaming in less than 1 year's time. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really disrespect, Dovetail. Just, oh, you know what, I'm going to kind of flake out on this. It was a nice suggestion. Again, it's a little bit out of my comfort zone. It can be hard to get outside of one's comfort zone as well. But in hindsight, it's like the road not taken. Maybe I should, maybe instead of streaming, most of the summer, I should have gone on that road, and who knows, right? We might have had a nice time exploring the vast wilderness of Canada. But hey, that's life. You hope that you learn from these experiences, and maybe next time, I would seize the opportunity instead of not seizing the opportunity, That's the hope. So, but hey, maybe we're getting a bit too philosophical here at the end of this SpeedLore episode. But hey, it is what it is. I think that's the best way to put it at the end. It is what it is. Here's my times now at the end of the day. My most recent times were those bunker times, some Aztec stuff, some great epic scenes. And you just scroll down the list of all the GoldenEye times I've set in my career. And it's, a lot of memories have come back to me tonight and the previous nights of this lore. And I hope for you guys as well. I know there was someone in chat saying, man, I used to watch you in 2013. Brings me back to high school. I mean, that's pretty crazy to think about. Now I'm ranked 16th. It's hard to believe I've fallen all the way to 16th. I've had some terrible times in the rankings that I could clean up. Will I? Will I not? What adventures does life have for us in the future? It's hard to know. It's hard to predict the future. But I'm definitely very, very glad that we did these episodes and looking at this, all my PBs throughout the years. It was a lot of fun, and I certainly enjoyed it. So, thanks to everyone for coming out and chatting tonight. Everyone chatting on YouTube, and of course, all of these wonderful SpeedLore legends here. A huge thanks to you guys for your massive support as well. You're the reason why we're still kicking at it, doing these SpeedLores, hoping to keep people some company at night and put everyone to rest and have a nice nostalgic time sharing my love and knowledge of GoldenEye speedrunning after all of these years. It was cool watching all these 60 PBs and reflecting and bringing back some memories that I hadn't thought for a long time, especially on some of the lesser played levels. Kind of remember, wow, that was crazy when that happened, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 years ago. And yeah, it kind of makes me wonder, like, will I play again? I'm sure I'll pick up the controller, play again here or there. Will I ever get back to the grind of, streaming a lot every day for weeks on end? I mean, even that's possible. It is possible, honestly. It could happen within the next year or two. Who knows? That's the thing. Life is hard to predict. I have some visions of what I would like the next year or two to look like, and you try to aim your way towards there. And who knows if you'll hit there, or you'll get a little sidetracked, or you'll have to make detours, but that's the way life goes. I think ultimately, through Twitch the past 10 years and streaming and seeing people with such an intense lens, I think that's the main thing we've learned, is like, who knows where things will lead. But with that, I think that'll do it for this mini series of lore. We will be back soon with more lore in one way or another. The best way to keep up with that is on the Patreon, SpeedLore, on Patreon. That's where I post most of my updates and thoughts. I think we'll do a DLTK episode in mid-April, and then beyond that, we'll see where it goes. But that's my thoughts right now. We'll leave it there. A huge thanks for watching. Stay true, my friends, and I'll see you in the next stream or video. Good night.